If you ask me what my favorite cookie is, I'm going to tell you chocolate chip. Well, maybe snickerdoodle. Okay, well, a very close runner-up would be shortbread cookies. I'm telling you, I have a recipe that's going to give the Girl Scouts a run for their money. And in this video, I'm going to share it with you. Coming up next. And welcome to Turtles Tasty Treats, where we make baking from scratch easy. Today, I'm really excited to share with you my shortbread cookie recipe. Now, this recipe includes no eggs. Now, let me tell you the other ingredients that you will need. The ingredients that you will need are 1 cup of unsalted butter, 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, 1½ cups of all-purpose flour, 1/2 cup of cornstarch, 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. To mix my ingredients up, I'll be using my KitchenAid stand mixer fixed with my paddle attachment, a large bowl, a whisk, and my spatula. You'll also need a pastry mat, a knife, and some cling wrap. Now, the secret to these cookies is to bake them low and slow. So, we're going to go ahead and set my oven to 300 degrees. I'm going to start by adding my butter to my bowl. Now, just with the butter by itself, I'm going to mix it up. Now, one of the secrets in order for you to get the perfect shortbread cookie is to whip your butter to get a lot of air into your butter. So go ahead and mix up your butter about 5 minutes until your butter changes to a lighter color. Let's mix it up some more. Now it's time to add our powdered sugar, aka confectionery sugar, aka icing sugar. And let's mix it up. Taking my spatula, I'm going to go ahead and scrape down the sides of my bowl, and I'm not going to forget the bottom. And let's mix it up. For a little flavor to your shortbread cookie, I'm going to add the vanilla. Let's mix it up. Now it's time to add the salt to my flour. Now I like to use an unbleached all-purpose flour. All-purpose flour is also known as plain flour. Taking my whisk, I'm going to go ahead and mix it up. Now, as you're mixing, make sure you fully incorporate the salt into your flour. You don't want to bake your cookies and take a bite out of a big chunk of salt. Now it's time to add the flour to our cookie dough. We're going to put in our flour a little bit at a time, mixing it up each time that we add the flour. Now it's time to add the cornstarch to your cookie dough. Let's mix it up. To make sure all of my ingredients is well incorporated together, I'm going to take my spatula for the last time and scrape down the sides of my bowl, and I'm not going to forget the bottom. Let's mix it up. Now it's time for me to remove all of the cookie dough off of my paddle. Taking a little bit of flour, I'm going to sprinkle it onto my pastry mat, and I'm going to get ready to dump all of my cookie dough onto my mat. dough is onto my mat, I'm going to go ahead and form it into a nice round cylinder. Now that I have my cylinder or my cookie log, I'm going to go ahead and roll it onto my cling wrap that I already have on my pastry mat. Rolling it up. I'm going to go ahead and twist the ends. And now I'm ready to chill my cookie dough in the refrigerator for 1 hour. Now that my cookie dough has chilled for 1 hour in the refrigerator, I'm ready to cut them in slices and place them on my parchment-lined baking tray. I'm going to cut my cookies to the width of about 1 inch. Now, taking my cookie slices, I'm going to spread them out on my parchment-lined baking tray. I'm spreading my cookie dough out about 1 inch apart. Now taking my skewer, I'm going to go ahead and place 5 holes into each cookie. Now, this is going to allow for our cookies to bake evenly. And now my cookies are ready to bake in the oven for 15 minutes. Now that my cookies are out of the oven, I'm going to let them cool on my baking tray for 5 minutes. Now that my cookies have cooled on the baking tray, it's now time to move them to my cooling rack where they'll cool down completely. And now it's time to taste our tasty treat. Soft, buttery deliciousness. I'll see you in the next one and subscribe for more.